Greetings, boys and girls. My name is Aridin Kane. Today, we're mining silver ore. With so few silver veins and almost none in large concentrations, coupled with the mining nerve a while back, silver ore has become increasingly difficult to obtain. I'll show you where to find silver ore you can smelt into silver scrap. So if you're working on your Possum Metalworker badge or a score challenge and you need help finding silver ore, you're in the right place. I'll fix you up with 3 farming routes to mine silver ore for smelting. Now that you know what we're doing, let's get started. So with our introduction out of the way, let's go ahead and move to our first location. And it's going to be down here in the southwest of the map. It's a place we've been to a few times before on this channel. We're looking at Striker Row. Let's go ahead and fast travel there. So here we are outside of Striker Row. Now, you should note for the record that I have taken the liberty of removing any of the opposition that we would normally fight here. That is so that we can focus on just showing you where the silver veins are. But note, you will be fighting scorch beasts, scorched insects, robots. There's quite a bit going on here. You can avoid most of it with a decent sneak build, or just kind of getting out of the area quickly and getting into your run, because most of the fighting will be right here at the beginning, and then there's one smaller portion later on this first section of our run. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to turn to our right, and you'll see there's a scorch beast right there. But there's this kind of broken down tree right here with the blight on it and a fence beyond. So we're going to head right there. And what we're doing is getting to the edge of the fence, and then we're just going to follow that this way. And then we'll dump down into a uranium deposit, and we'll go past that. And then beyond, you'll see there's kind of a flat top rock there. And one other thing before we grab our first node is we'll go into our inventory. We're going to grab our excavator power armor, because it will allow us to harvest 4 silver instead of 1 silver every time. So that's definitely a bonus you want to take advantage of. So go ahead and get into our power armor. And there we go. Okay, so here's our first silver vein. We'll go ahead and grab that. And then up here is our second one. And now we're going to turn to our west. And you'll see there's this big tree right here. We want to keep that on our right. If it's dark outside, you'll be able to see kind of the fiery rocks and stuff in there. But we're going to head right past that. And then beyond that is another section of rocky area. And we want to stay at the base of this rock. And we're just going to come around. And where'd it go? Oh, there it is. We'll grab that silver vein right there. And then we're going to continue kind of circling around this rock, facing to our south. And we're just looking for a nice area to get up here. And you'll notice there's kind of a cliff wall right there. And we're going to head towards the right end of that. And then right up here, you'll see there's an iron vein there, but right here we've got a silver vein. So we'll go ahead and grab that. And then this is where it gets a little tricky. You'll see that rock right there in the distance. Let's go ahead and head towards that. And we're just going to run literally right over the top of it. And just kind of maintain your westerly heading. And then you'll eventually come out of all of this into a little clearing right about here. And so you notice we've got the clear area over there, and then down below we've got some rocky areas. So we want to head right there towards kind of that middle rocks. And if we come around here, there will be a silver vein right in the rock wall. So let me give you an idea of where we're at. Right here. And then there is a, let's note this as well. There's an iron vein there. And then up here we've got a lead vein. So just kind of give you a little more context. So we'll grab this silver vein. Now we're going to turn to our northeast. And then off in the distance, you'll see a rock, again, kind of a flat top rock. We're going to head towards that. So we're going to go ahead and run and get there as quick as we can. And then at the base of that rock, you'll see we've got a silver vein. Let's go ahead and grab that. And now we're going to turn to our west again. You'll see this log. So let's head to the end of that log. And if we go a little bit past, you'll find some more rocks and logs and stuff like that. But there's a silver vein right there and another one right there. Now again, we're going to turn towards our west, and you'll see there's this big black plume smoke and then another kind of branchy tree right there. So what we want to do is basically head towards that tree, maybe a little bit to the left of it. And so we're keeping that smoky plume on our left and the tree on our right. And as we approach the tree, you'll see, so we've got, I think that's a titanium vein right there. But then over here is a silver vein. So we'll go ahead and grab that. And then looking back at the tree, we'll find another silver vein at its base. So now again, turning west, we'll walk past the tree. And as we do, depending on your settings, you'll have some red tents kind of appear in the distance. So we want to head towards the right-hand side of those. And this is another area where you'll be fighting. In this case, I think I had mole rats. Yeah, mole rats. His body goes flying. So once you get here to this trailer and you've got the red tents right there, off in the distance you'll see the tree right there, and it's kind of got a rocky base there. But then just beyond this pole, you can see there's some rocks there. So what we want to do is head towards those rocks just past the pole. And as we approach the base of those rocks, we've got silver veins, a total of 2 of them. So we'll grab those, and then we're going to go towards our tree that we spotted just a little while ago, and we'll grab the silver vein that is at its base. And then turning to our left, which has us facing south, there's another rock right there, and you can kind of see just peeking over the top, there's a silver vein. So we'll head towards the rock, and then grab this silver vein right here. So now, this is the end of the first of 3 sections for this run. We could just run directly right over this hill and get to the next section, but we're going to fast travel just because I want it to be 3 distinct sections, and this makes a nice break for the first one. So we'll go ahead and fast travel over here to the Hornwright testing site number 2. Go ahead and click that and fast travel. All right, so here we are at Hornwright testing site number 2. And again, I've taken out the enemies that we would have faced had we done this real time. There are a lot of mole miners that you're going to fight coming up, and I'll kind of give you an indication of where that happens. So at the spawn point, you'll be facing towards the southwest, and we're just going to go southwest. And we'll veer off a little bit to our right, staying out of the fenced area. And as we come over this little hill, you'll see a golf cart, and there's a camp over there to the left, but what we want is the golf cart. And then just beyond that, there's kind of this weird area with the garden gnomes and the skeleton and the golf bag. But right up here, you'll see our first silver vein. So we're going to grab that. And then there's one just beyond that. And then over here to our left is our third. And then if you kind of curl around into this bushy area, right here, it's going to be a 4th one. Kind of hard to see, but it's there. Now we're going to turn around and head back towards the facility, again staying out of the fenced area, and we'll follow this little road. We'll see a little red truck up ahead, and we'll keep that on our right. And then as we come to the fence, you'll see a break in the fence there with the gate. At this point, we're going to veer off to our right a little bit, and we'll see a silver vein right here. So we'll go ahead and grab that. And then turning to our north, we're going to head through the break in the fence there. And then as we're moving forward, you'll eventually see the flag flying in the distance. and that's going to be our landmark for our next silver vein. And there's a Jeep at its base as well to give us further definition of the landmark. So near the base of the flag, see a silver vein right there. Grab that. And then you want to turn to the, what is that, northeast? And you'll see these two big trees right here. We want to head right in between the two of them. And in the distance, you will see a bunch of picket fences. And that's kind of where we want to head. Let's get our food back up. So we're going to head towards the picket fences between the two trees. And then this area right here that we're heading into is a little cemetery, and we'll follow the picket fences around until we get to the concrete, and then right there is a silver vein. So we'll go ahead and grab that, and then heading towards, what is that, our northwest, you'll kind of see this little valley. So we'll head down here, and this is another silver vein. We'll grab that. And then we're just going to follow this up and around to our right. Now note, this is where you're going to end up fighting a lot of mole miners. You can avoid them if you go a sneak build because we're just about done with this section. But it's almost easier just to fight them. So we continue to follow this around. We'll go through this picket fence area. And then at the base here, there's a silver vein there, and then a third one. And then we'll want to continue around, and like you can see a lot of the mole miners that we disposed of, we'll head up here, and note that there's some rich titanium veins up here as well, but what we're here for is the silver. So there's one there, and then one right here, and then if we look up here, there's a third one. So we'll grab those, and then you'll see these two houses off to our left. We're going to just drop down this little area right here, and we're going to head right between the two of them. And then we're going to drop down one more time. And there's other stuff around here as well, but what we're here for is the silver. So we'll go ahead and grab that. And that is going to do it for the second section of our run. So we'll fast travel to the next part. And so we are right here, and where we want to go is Welch Station. So you could very easily just run over there. It's kind of doesn't look great on video. So we're just going to fast travel. And this makes a nice, neat beginning to the third and final section of our silver run. So let's go ahead and fast travel to Welch Station. So here we are outside of Welch Station, and you can see it just ahead there. And if we fast traveled from that area down over there, but what we want to do is turn to our left, which has us going southeast. Now note that this third section of the run doesn't have a whole lot of fighting, except right here. You will definitely be fighting something, and probably something pretty significant. So this could be a Jersey Devil and a bunch of other things, super mutants, lots of stuff that could spawn here and does. But what we want to do is head right between these two houses. And you'll see we've kind of got the hill going up there, and this is where we're heading, is right here. And then we're going to take a sharp turn to the left and head right up to this kind of rocky area. And you'll see at the base, we've got a bunch of silver veins. There's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's a pretty good first start. We're going to turn off to our left, which has us facing northeast, and you'll see a broken down billboard in the distance. And as we get closer, there should be a dump truck that spawns in towards our left, and there we can see it off in the distance. So we're going to kind of head to the road a little bit and then veer off this little path that kind of forms right here. And again, keeping the dump truck on our left. And if we turn up this way, you'll kind of see a ramp. But at the base of the ramp is 2 silver veins. So we'll go ahead and grab those. And then we're going to head up this ramp. And if you look off into the distance at the horizon, there's 4 trees right there popping up over the top of the hill. We want to head towards that third one. We'll use that as our landmark. Now note there are other trees, but we're focused on the ones that are popping up over the horizon. So it has us going right there, and we're heading directly east basically. And then as you approach that tree, go just beyond it, and there will be a silver vein in the rock. So we'll grab that. And now looking to our north, you'll see Mount Blair. So we're going to head towards that machinery as our landmark for now. And then as we come past this flat area and start heading down, you'll see the facility below. And then off to our right, you'll see kind of the scaffolding, the railway scaffolding. I don't know what you call it, but whatever. We're going to head towards that. Now note that pretty much every time you come here, the BattleBot event will spawn. You can avoid that easily or take it down pretty easily. It only takes me a minute to do it. But once we get to the scaffolding here, we're going to go ahead and follow it down. And don't get stuck on rocks and stuff. And then at the end of it, you'll see we'll go between these train cars. And then here's the end. If we turn to our left, there will be a small opening that we can just walk right up. And then here we'll find 3 more silver veins. There's one there, there's 2, and then a 3rd over here. Now, we're going to again face Mount Blair and keep the machinery on our right-hand side. And you may end up running into a ghoul or 2 here, but nothing too significant. We'll go through this little break in the fence. Again, keeping a northwesterly heading. And now we've kind of got a path to work with, kind of. So we'll follow this up. And you'll see a trailer in the distance with some yellow machinery to the right. And we're going to head right between those 2. And you'll fight a couple ghouls here. Nothing too crazy. Apparently I didn't get one. There he is. So a couple extra ghouls. So we'll head forward here. Again, heading northwest. You'll see these buildings and the fire truck on the left. We'll keep that on our left. And then Mount Blair on our right. And then so we'll jump over these little areas that we need to, and then we come to this area where we've got a small loader right there, kind of like a large crane, and then a dish over there. So we want to keep that loader on our left and just head forward. And then as you make it to the top of this little rise, you'll turn to the left and you'll see a bush right there and a stump right there. If we head towards the base of the bush, there's a silver vein right there, and turn to our left towards the base of the stump and grab the silver vein there. And if we go beyond the silver vein to the rocky area here, there's another silver vein. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Now that you've got tons of silver ore, you'll need to smelt it down into silver scrap. To do that, you're going to need acid. The video on my right will show you how to get all the necessary acid. Remember to like and subscribe. It means the world to me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.